What is the ultimate self-love? Is it buying yourself expensive chocolates, beautiful flowers, and taking a candlelit sumptuous bath? Nope. So what is it if it isn't a spa day? In this episode, I'm redefining self-care for the urban woman. I'm talking about peace of mind, regardless of your relationship status. How will that warm your heart and your small apartment? Listen to find out. Safety isn't a luxury, it's a strategy. Welcome to Prepping for Urban Ladies, where I empower the modern woman to take command of her future. I'm the Urban Lady Prepper. From solo apartment living to managing a household in a crisis, I provide the roadmap for practical, urban-focused emergency readiness. While I specialize in a female perspective, the mission is universal: total preparedness for everyone. Let's dive in. All right, Valentine's Day is officially over. Can we all just breathe a collective sigh of relief? The endless Instagram scroll of curated couple pics, over-the-top bouquets, and sappy captions has finally ended. Maybe you even did the whole Valentines thing, or treated yourself to a solo spa day. You bought the fancy chocolates, lit the expensive candle, and took the bubble bath. And for a minute, it felt pretty good. But if you're being really honest with yourself, did that feeling of self-love feel a little temporary? Like it washed off with your face mask or faded the second the credits rolled on your comfort movie? If you've got this lingering feeling that the self-care we're all being sold is more about buying stuff than building genuine contentment, then you're in the right place. Today, we're skipping the kind of self-love you can post for likes. We're going to talk about the unsexy, unglamorous, but absolutely life-changing self-love that actually lasts. This is the kind that doesn't come in a pretty box. It's the kind that builds true, unshakable independence and a deep, quiet peace of mind long after the chocolates are gone. This is the self-love that prepares you for anything life throws your way, not just a lonely Tuesday night. It's the practice of becoming your own safety net. So, if you're ready to build a foundation for the rest of your life, not just for one day, let's do this. Our first action is preparedness as profound self-care. Before we get into the practical stuff, we need to talk about the mindset. I want to pitch you a new way of thinking about this. What if the deepest, most profound act of self-love isn't a spa day, but a spreadsheet? What if it's not a new outfit, but a new skill? What if real self-love looks less like pampering and a lot more like preparing? I know. The word preparedness, or prepping, can bring up some wild images of doomsday bunkers and conspiracy theories. Erase that from your mind. For us, the single women, being prepared is something else entirely. It's an act of profound self-respect. It's looking your future self in the eye and saying, "Don't worry, I've got your back." Being single often means you're your own primary caretaker, financial planner, head of security, and emotional support system. That's not a burden, it's just our reality. And stepping into that reality with intention is the ultimate power move. This kind of self-love is about shifting from hoping for the best to being ready for anything. It's about building an inner resilience that lets you handle life's curveballs, big and small, with confidence instead of chaos. This isn't about living in fear, it's about finding freedom. The freedom that comes from knowing you have a plan. The peace of mind that settles in when you realize you can truly rely on yourself. This is the shift from seeing self-care as a temporary escape to seeing it as a permanent investment in your own stability. It's the deep foundational work that makes all the other kinds of self-love, the fun, the joyful, even sweeter, because they're happening on solid ground that you built. It proves to you over and over that you are more than enough all on your own. So, let's get practical and talk about the unsexy but life-changing practices that build this foundation. First is the unsexy self-love list. 4 crucial practices for real independence. I'm going to walk you through 4 pillars of this deeper self-love. They aren't quick fixes, and they're not always fun, but I promise you, they're game changers. Your first practice is financial fortitude, building your freedom fund. Let's start with the big one, money. Nothing says I love and respect myself quite like having financial control. Financial independence is the key that unlocks almost every other freedom in your life. It's not about being rich, it's about calling the shots. First, it's about knowledge. You have to look your finances square in the face. This means making a budget, tracking what's coming in and what's going out, and knowing where your money is going. It's about knowing your credit score, understanding your retirement accounts, and learning the basics of investing, even if you start small. This isn't a chore, it's you taking the driver's seat of your life. Second, and most critically, you need an emergency fund. This is your personal safety net built by you for you. The standard advice is to save 3 to 6 months' worth of essential living expenses. But honestly, as a single person on one income, I'd push you to aim for the higher end of that range or even more if you can. Many experts now suggest that 6 months or more is a smarter goal for single-income households. That's the buffer that protects you from the unexpected, a sudden job loss, a medical bill, a car repair. Imagine losing your job and having half a year to breathe and find the right next move instead of grabbing the first desperate offer you see. That is an incredible gift to give your future self. And while you're at it, get a secure, waterproof folder and gather your essential documents: birth certificate, social security card, passport, insurance policies, and bank info. Knowing where everything is during a crisis is a simple, powerful act of self-care. Your second practice is making your home your sanctuary, your safety, mastering your domain. Securing your physical space and personal safety is important. Your home should be your sanctuary, a place where you can genuinely relax. For single women, that sense of security is something we often have to create for ourselves. This isn't about being paranoid. It's about taking practical steps to lower anxiety and boost confidence. Start with basic home maintenance. Learn how to shut off the water and gas. Know where the circuit breaker is and how to flip a switch. Get a basic toolkit and watch a few videos on how to fix a running toilet or a loose doorknob. Being able to handle these small things without waiting for someone else is an incredible confidence boost. It's a small but mighty reminder that you are capable and self-reliant. Then, think about your personal safety. This could mean better locks, a doorbell camera, or extra lighting outside. It also means having a simple emergency plan. Do you know 2 ways out of your apartment building? Have you picked a meetup spot outside of your neighborhood? Have you swapped numbers with a neighbor you trust? These are simple questions, but having the answers ready is an act of love for a future you who might be scared and overwhelmed. This is you turning your living space into a true haven. By the way, if you're finding this helpful and you're ready to build a life on your own terms, take a second to subscribe to my channel. We're all about taking real, actionable steps toward a life you love by yourself and for yourself and loved ones. Your next practice is curating your comfort pantry, your nourishment as a promise. This practice is about ensuring you can comfortably shelter in place. Think of it as creating a personal in-home grocery store just for you. This isn't about doomsday. It's about the profound peace of mind that comes with knowing you can handle a power outage, a big storm, or even just a nasty flu without a panicked trip to the store. Start with water. The general rule is to have 1 gallon of water per person per day. Stash a few gallons in a cool, dark place. Then, build a small stash of non-perishable foods you'll actually eat. Forget the survival bricks. This is about comfort and familiarity in a stressful time. Think canned soups, pasta, and jarred sauce, rice, beans, peanut butter, crackers, and protein bars. The key is to stock what you already use. A simple way to start is the copy canning method. Every time you buy 1 non-perishable item, buy 2 instead. Use 1 and put the other in your stash. This helps you slowly build a supply without a huge upfront cost. Remember to include things that feel like a treat, like shelf-stable milk for coffee, honey, or good chocolate. These small comforts can be a huge morale boost. And make a habit of rotating your stock. When you add a new item, move the older one to the front to be used next. This first-in, first-out system, FIFO, ensures nothing goes to waste. Creating this comfort pantry is a promise to yourself that even when things are out of your control, you will be nourished, cared for, and safe at home. Practice number 4. The final practice is the most tangible one, building an emergency kit, often called a go bag. Again, let's reframe this. This is not a scary doomsday kit. Think of it as a love letter to your future self. A box of curated care items. The goal is to have what you need to be self-sufficient for at least 72 hours. So what goes in this love letter? Start with the essentials. Water, non-perishable food you'll actually eat, a flashlight with extra batteries, a first aid kit, any prescription meds, and copies of your important documents. And of course, don't forget feminine hygiene products. These are the basics to ensure your physical needs are covered, no matter where you end up going. And here's the self-love part. Add things for your emotional well-being. What would comfort you in a stressful situation? A favorite paperback, a journal and pen, a deck of cards, maybe some really good chocolate. These small comforts can make a huge difference in a crisis. Putting this kit together isn't a one-time thing, it's a ritual. Set a calendar reminder every 6 months to check expiration dates, rotate supplies, and refresh your comfort items. This regular check-in is a recurrent act of self-care, a tangible promise that says, no matter what happens, I'm prepared to take care of us. The next section would be building your lifeline, community as self-care. Now, it is so important to say this. Being self-reliant does not mean being isolated. In fact, a huge part of this deep self-love is intentionally building a strong support system. This isn't about waiting for a partner. It's about creating a rich, interconnected life. True independence is knowing who you can depend on. Nurture your friendships. Be the one who reaches out and makes plans. Get to know your neighbors. Be an active part of your community. These connections are your lifeline, the people who can offer practical help, emotional support, or just a listening ear. Consider joining a group that shares your interests, whether it's a book club, a hiking group, or a volunteer organization. Surrounding yourself with positive, inspiring people is a powerful act of self-love. Building community is a two-way street. Offering help builds the kind of reciprocal relationships that sustain us. Your community is a testament to the fact that you deserve to be supported, seen, and valued. So that's it. The unsexy but essential practices: building your financial freedom, mastering your personal safety, and packing a go bag, as well as a good food stash, is a love letter to your future self. The bubble baths and chocolates are wonderful, but they're treats. They aren't the meal. This deep foundational work is the meal. It is the ultimate act of devotion to the most important person in your life, you. Imagine how good it will feel on that random Wednesday when the power goes out and you can still take that bubble bath, you can still light those candles, you can still listen to music powered with extra batteries or a portable power bank, and enjoy that comfort food and candy you stashed a few weeks earlier. No stress, no breaking a sweat, no worrying if you have enough to ride out the situation. Real self-love isn't always glamorous. Sometimes it's a spreadsheet, a tough conversation with yourself about your spending, or the frustration of trying to figure out a power drill. But this is the work that builds the foundation of your life by you and for you. It's the quiet confidence that comes from knowing you are prepared, capable, and self-reliant. It's not about waiting for someone to rescue you. It's about becoming your own hero. Now, I'd love to hear from you. What's one unsexy self-love practice you're going to try, or one you already swear by? Drop it in the comments. Your idea might be the one that inspires someone else. And if this resonated with you, please give it a like and subscribe for more conversations about building a life you truly love on your own terms. Thanks for listening. Until next time, this is the Urban Lady Prepper signing off. I'm sure I've given you some things to think about as you go through the upcoming week. If this episode has resonated with you, please like, follow, subscribe, and leave a review. To help support my work, please pop me a super thanks on YouTube or donate using the methods in the description. Visit my website at urbanladyprepper.com for playable blogs and additional information. I appreciate your time with me. Stay safe, stay sharp, and be ready.